After an entire year of trying to use up what I already own, I have thoughts. Let's talk about my first full year of Project Pan and if it's really worth it. Hi, I'm Maria. Welcome to my page where I talk all about conscious consuming, and this is Pepper. Hi, okay. I talk all about conscious consuming and sustainability. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Today, I'm going to recap my first full year of Project Pan. Project Pan is basically a commitment to using what we already own right now in your cabinets, whether that's makeup, skincare, body care, cleaning products, shower products. People even do it with their pantries. It's basically whatever tends to pile up in your house unused. I started my challenge in combination with my Vote with My Dollar challenge, because I realized how much money I was wasting on products that I didn't need to buy, how much packaging I was going through, and how overwhelming it feels to have so much stuff just everywhere. So a year ago, I set my goal of trying to use up everything that I could mindfully before buying anything new. I picked a set group of products in a few different categories: skincare, makeup, and shower products / body care. I made no progress on makeup. I think I've worn makeup 3 times in the last year, so I didn't expect to make any progress in that category in general. I did make a lot of progress in the skincare and body care shower product area. I counted things as done if I completely finished them, or hitting pan, the bottom of the product. If something just didn't work for me or it expired, I allowed myself to declutter it sustainably and responsibly. I also had several products that were expired that I used in different ways. Another example, I had a lot of expired body spray, 10 years expired, so I poured it into my room spray bottle and then used it as air freshener. I also tried to stick to my Vote with My Dollar challenge and only replace true essentials when I was completely out or almost out. At this time too, I also opted to purchase those products that I needed from my local refill store instead of just going to like my grocery store that's a corporation, with the aim to shop small as much as possible. Okay, I will link my other Project Pan video that goes way more in depth, my first one, if that's of any interest to you. First, let's start with Empties, because this was the most satisfying part. I finished way more than I expected. Some things took months, some things took an entire year, and after 1 year, this is everything I used up. I had a really cool shot in mind of just like dumping this bin in front of me, but now I have a dog. Insert clip of me later in the day dumping out the bin when the dog is not on the bed. This was also a really good opportunity for me to see how much I actually use in a year. Oh, now you're awake? Okay, honey, can I have you move? Nope. Okay, that's fine. This one shockingly lasted so long. This one I went through way too fast. I really love Babo Botanicals, but their formula is pretty thin, so it's really easy to use way more than anticipated. I probably got through like this much of the bottle before I learned how to actually control the flow. It sounds silly, I know. These ones I'm so proud of myself for finishing. I was notorious for starting deodorants and abandoning them halfway through. So I finished up both of these this year and proud of myself for that. I do have a video that I did where I went in depth on a lot of these products and did like an Empties review of each individual product specifically. I will link that up here for you, so then you can watch that if that interests you. This was another moisturizer that, oh, you can still smell it in here. It was so good, but it did not work at all for my face. It was so thick and so heavy. I used it as whipped cream. It also took me forever to get through, but it also taught me really how little product you need. This isn't a huge container, and I feel like I could have gotten through it way faster if I had slathered it up, but you really didn't need to. A little bit went a long way, and that's the same for a lot of these products. I did also declutter a handful of items that you may have seen in my earlier Project Pan videos that I don't have empties for here. A few I had allergic reactions to. Those ones I gave away on my Buy Nothing group or to friends and family, saying these have been used a couple times. Can't use them anymore due to an allergic reaction, and I decluttered all of them. I have a friend that goes through conditioner bars really, really quickly, so when she came to visit, I gave her like 5 conditioner bars. That's a little dramatic, maybe like 3. I go through like a single bar of conditioner for an entire year. So it was just so much conditioner for me to have. I was never going to use it all. Getting rid of that weight felt really good. Seeing the shelf in our closet, which was once completely overstuffed, kind of dwindled down to a normal amount of products. Kind of normal, not really. But like way better than it was very fulfilling for me. And this challenge has also really made me aware of products that I actually use versus ones that I aspire to use. Like, I own so much skincare, but I'm very inconsistent with my skincare routine. I go through periods, several months, where I will be so good with skincare, and then my skin looks great, and then life gets busy, and I forget my skincare a few days in a row, and then I don't use it for 2 months. It's just the way I am. Sorry. It's just the way that I am. So it's kind of nice to know things that I use versus what I aspire to use. So these are all of my empties. And it is kind of crazy just to see how many products I use over the span of a year. Like, I went through 5 shampoo bars and I'm almost through my 6th one. I didn't quite anticipate that I went through that many shampoo bars. Okay, so here we are. These are my empties, and this is what I have left. Now, looking at the bed full of products, it really does not feel like I've made that much progress. You'll notice a lot of it is not the same. So I have cycled through almost everything. There's only a few products that I can pick out that are ones that I know were here in the beginning of the challenge. So I kind of count that as a success. So much of the new stuff is PR. It's just part of my job, and I am very grateful to get so much PR. And I do gift a lot of it to friends and family because often I open things for content or for brand partnerships or for partnerships that I want to get. And often I use the product a few times. If I decide I really don't like it, it's not a brand that I want to eventually partner with, then I pass it on. And friends and family don't really have a problem with me passing on products that I've used once or twice, and then they'll see if it works for them. I do also pull out some unopened products every couple months, and I put them in our local little free pantry that has like a personal care product section for our community, and it's almost time to do that again. I'm gonna reference my notes because I do have a lot of things that I've learned, and I want to make sure I touch on all of them. This year of Project Pan has truly taught me so many things. First being how long products actually last. And I mean really last. Some of these took me months to finish up, even when I was using them consistently. It made me realize that my old habit of buying backups when I had just opened a new one is not needed. Or trying a new product from a brand that I liked just because isn't based on need. It's based on the idea that things run out faster than they actually do. Second, I saw how easy it is to overbuy without even thinking about it. You pick up one moisturizer because it's on sale. You pick up a cleanser because somebody on TikTok said that it's life-changing. You pick up a new makeup palette because the colors are appealing. And suddenly you've got duplicates on duplicates on duplicates on duplicates. It adds up quietly. If you're not inventorying every month, you might not even notice what you're adding. Project Pan truly showed me the patterns that I didn't even realize that I had. Okay, third, and honestly, what is the biggest one for me, how mentally freeing it is to not be drowning in half-used bottles. There's something calming about knowing exactly what you have, exactly where it is, and that you're genuinely using things with intention. I did not realize how much visual clutter and decision fatigue all of the half-empty bottles were creating. At one point, I had 3 deodorants open at the same time. I had 2 conditioner bars in the shower plus a liquid conditioner. I don't even want to talk about how many shampoo bars were in my shower at one point in time. Now my previously cluttered shower is beautiful. It's simple. I have 1 of each product out, and I only add a new one when I'm out of the previous one. And same with skincare. I've really dwindled down and not opened new things until I finished the old ones. And that is a game changer. The visual clutter is gone, and it's great. This obviously looks like a lot of clutter right now, but I promise my shower and my skincare space look better. Like, I don't need 5 open serums at once. I just don't. On top of the mindset shift, I was shocked about how much money I'd saved. In the beginning of this year, I calculated how much I had spent on like personal care products in 2024, and it was over $500, and I was like appalled by that. This year, I've spent under $150. It's a huge money saver. And honestly, the $150 that I did spend probably could have done without, if I'm being honest. I was not expecting the financial impact to be as big as it was. But when you're not impulse buying a new $50 serum every month, it adds up. And focusing on what I had kind of made me more intentional with my routines, whether or not I was consistent. Really mostly with my skincare, it just became more mindful. So the big question, is Project Pan worth it? And was it worth it for me? 100%. 100%. This is the first time in my life that I finished this many products in 1 year and not just had a million bottles of things open at once. And finishing things up instead of just letting them expire and tossing them in the landfill felt like such a win. Financially, it also kept me grounded. I stopped impulse buying. It made me think twice before adding things to my cart. In the first couple months, I had so many personal care products just like sitting in my carts waiting to be checked out, and I very successfully did not check out on any of them. Emotionally and mentally, my space feels calmer, it feels lighter. My space being my shower and medicine cabinet and where I keep my skincare, not this mess now. But even the closet shelf, everything inside has a purpose, and it's less overwhelming than it once was. And I actually enjoy getting ready again because there's not a lot of clutter that's just like competing for my attention. I will say, Project Pan takes commitment, more than I expected. You need to be okay seeing the same products every day for what could be sometimes months. It's not glamorous, it's not shiny, it's not something new every week. But that's part of the challenge, learning to appreciate what you have and already own. I want to talk about my favorite products, maybe just like one from each category. Brixie shampoo, 100%. Absolutely love their shampoo bars. Hey Humans deodorant. I think this is who I'm switching to once I finish up Wild. I'm currently working on a video about Wild. I know every single time I share it, people crap on me for still using Wild. There is a video coming. I joined their affiliate program before they had become purchased by Unilever. And over the last 6 months in their affiliate program, they've sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 deodorant cases? Who needs 8 deodorant cases? Not me. So I'm working on a video. It's probably going to be coming in January about why I'm no longer supporting Wild, but I do think it's important to continue to use up what I have. And then I'm going to be switching to something like Hey Humans. I also want to try Fussy, which their refills fit the Wild cases. And then all of the cases that I have, they're currently in a pile on my dresser, I'm going to donate them to my refill store on the community shelf for anybody to use. It's literally wild that they sent me so many cases. And I held out hope that being purchased by Unilever would not make them change their sustainable values. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It's really sad because I truly love their formulas. Their sensitive skin formula is awesome. Their scents are also great. There's a huge variety, but the weekly brand new case drops and sending them unprompted to influencers is enough to make me stop. So that's just a little tidbit. More on that will be coming soon. So please don't hate on me for still using Wild. I have so many refills that I just want to use up. There's a lot of products in here that I also realized I don't want to use again. There's a lot of brands in here that were subpar. So finishing all of them is a great way to find my holy grails. Because how do you know if something's a holy grail if you've only used it a couple times? I feel like you need to use the whole bottle. Like Biossance Squalene Vitamin C Rose Oil, holy grail. Also like $80 a bottle, so I'm using my other serums before I buy it. And I think that's important to admit though, that not everything needs to be repurchased, even if it's good on paper but doesn't work for you or your skin. So going into year 2, I'm changing a few things. I'm gonna try to be more realistic about my routines, because if I don't actually reach for something, it has no business taking up space in my bathroom or my closet and my tiny home. I'm also putting more focus on brands that have compostable or recyclable packaging. Like these paper cardboard boxes, awesome. But these giant plastic bottles of things, I want to avoid buying in the future. I'd rather refill. I'm also choosing brands that align with me ethically, aka I'm no longer going to be promoting wild. Slow, intentional, thoughtful, those are the products that I want to promote and share with you guys. Something small that I'm changing is also items that are PR that I know right away that I'm not going to use and I'm not going to open, because that happens. I only accept about 5% of PR, but sometimes I get surprise PR that I don't know is coming, and it's stuff that I'm not going to use. It's gonna go, instead of in my closet, it's gonna go in my side room in a little bin so it doesn't get lost. It's gonna hold all of the products that I'm gonna donate to our little free pantry. So whenever I'm going out and driving by in that area, I can donate things as I get them instead of doing like larger drop-offs, because I feel like I'll lose less products that way. So that's my full year on Project Pan, the good, the bad, the frustrating. I really did not expect this challenge to completely shift my philosophy and change how I shop, but here we are. I feel lighter. My home feels calmer, and I'm excited to see how many more products I can use in year 2. And I'm also excited to go in with a sense of what I actually use and what I actually value in products. Thank you for being here, for following along my slow living consumption journey. If you've tried Project Pan, let me know how you did this year. If you want to do it for 2026, let me know. We can all cheer each other on in the comments. Drop your advice, drop your tips, and we can all help each other. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see more Project Pan content, also make sure you like this video. I use likes to determine what goes on my content calendar. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy Project Pan, and see you next time.